What is up, YouTube? This is Kyan Cannon from arguably Georgia Sports, and today we are going to be recapping what a game this was, the national title game. Clemson winning 35-31 in one of the best games that you will ever see. So we're just going to go over some of the stats and maybe talk about the future of our channel a little bit. And so let's get right into it.
Alright, so coming into this game, I believed that there was no way that Alabama would lose this game. I thought that they had won the game before it even started because of their mentality, and I thought that Clemson would be, all really excited and think that they can win because of their last win against Ohio State. And I think that really helped them in this game, momentum from that amazing win.
What
But
a confidence booster, yeah.
it was crazy. Deshaun Watson passed for a total of 420 yards. That's a lot. That was more than Alabama's whole offense yards. Bo Scarborough, he was actually contained in the second half. He only got
injured.
3 yards. He got injured. That was detrimental to Alabama.
After the game he was having, he was just playing so well.
He was playing so well, and it could have been the difference in the game.
It really could have.
And Alabama did really well on defense. They had 2 forced fumbles, and they had they had some should have been interceptions, which were bad mistakes. They did miss a couple tackles, which they should have made, and I think that also could have been the difference in the game. Were missed tackles that they should have gotten. Who knows? It might have been Clemson's offense, but really, I think Alabama's defense was just off. I think on a good day for Alabama, they're unbeatable.
I think that what won the game for Clemson, I think what was big was Bo Scarborough going down. And I don't think that they were happy about that, obviously. You don't want a guy to get hurt. But it's got easier with Damian Harris running the ball, and they got stops. And they went on the streak. I think Alabama won like 11 straight possessions without picking up a first down.
It definitely did. And if you watched...
and it just got them confident.
If you watched Alabama play Washington... it could have been the difference in that game, too, as Bo Scarborough being honestly, I hadn't really seen much of him before the Washington game, and then he just went off. And, he made the difference in that game. Washington, he scored 2 touchdowns for Alabama, then they would have only been a field goal ahead. Who knows, Washington could have won that game. And who knows, Alabama could have won this game if Bo Scarborough was not injured. That was bad. Alabama rushing, they passed it to 5 different people, total of 221 yards. Their passing was 155 yards, and that includes yards after catch. O.J. Howard had an amazing touchdown pass where he faked the block. He's wide open, the safety bit, and he ran it about, I think it was 50 or 60 yards for a touchdown. Mike Williams was also a big part of the Clemson game, getting 94 yards on 8 receptions.
And Mike Williams,
he was a really big player in that game.
Mike Williams is the guy who they say was the biggest difference from this year and last year. If you remember, last year Mike Williams got suspended right before they played Oklahoma in the semifinals last year, and so they missed him then. And now I just feel like they're a complete team. Alabama had some players going down. I can totally understand why Clemson won this. This is a game that Clemson really deserved to win, I think.
Reuben Foster also, he had a good game. He got a sack. And then also Ronnie Harrison. There was a touchdown where Deshaun Watson just ran it in. I think it was 16 yards, and he missed a tackle that would have been a loss for yards. That's just one of the many missed tackles that Alabama gave up and could have cost them the game.
Oh yeah, and what's your take? Some people think it was kind of controversial, the call at the end, how it might have been, or the Clemson's second to last touchdown, where it kind of just maybe seemed like he set an illegal pick route. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I think people are just a little mad. Nick Saban was obviously frustrated because he definitely wanted this game, and he was you're gonna do all your power to get this back. But I mean, honestly, I mean, Michigan was kept out of the playoffs because of that call against Ohio State, good or bad. There have been many other calls this year that are kind of like that. I mean, honestly, there's nothing you can really do about it. I don't think it would have changed even if they had reviewed it even more.
So let's talk just a little bit about next season. Who do you think is going to start number 1? Does it go to Clemson or Alabama?
I mean, I think Alabama's definitely the better team, but you can't keep it away from Clemson when they just won the national title. I mean, honestly, it's just fair. It's just fair that they're number 1.
I mean, they are losing Deshaun Watson. That's going to be a big blow. And Jalen Hurts is going to be back, and if anything, he's going to be better because he's going to be more experienced.
I definitely think so, but I think after the first couple weeks, Alabama will regain their number 1 spot. But I think Clemson should definitely start out with number 1.
I don't think Clemson is as much of a long-term team. I think this was more of title or bust this year. So, really, I think Alabama's better set up next year.
Well, yes, I completely agree with you. But, I mean, after you have a team that just won the national championship, and what a game it was against, obviously, the number 1 team in the country, I think you got to put them at number 1. I mean, who knows? Dabo may have something up his sleeve for the next quarterback or another key player.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And so that's going to conclude our recap. Now let's talk. Before we finish, let's talk about a little bit of the future of our channel. Obviously, the college football season's over now, so we want to expand to some newer sports, right? And we want to get some new voices on the channel. We got a ton of off-season stuff coming to you, recruiting, previews, everything. So thank you for listening this season. So
yeah. So we're gonna try to get you as much as possible. I mean, who knows? We may do March Madness. We'll do probably college basketball, maybe some NBA. We'll definitely do something on the playoffs for the NFL. We'll get as much to you as possible. So thank you for watching.
Thanks for listening this season, and as always, but not really as always, goodbye.